welcome to the 2020 Citizens Choice Awards Gala. It is so nice to see my friends, neighbors, and Alva citizens looking so lovely tonight. Lucky us, we live in Alva. It is no surprise that this year was outstanding. The evidence of hard work, dedication, and love of our community is evident by the overwhelming number of awards of nominations we received, 292 to be exact. Tonight, we will introduce the top 3 individuals and businesses in each category. Alva is so lucky to be filled with amazing citizens who are dedicated to their lives and businesses to making Alva a jewel in Northwest Oklahoma. As many of you are aware, I am the new Alva Chamber of Commerce Director. I am so honored to be in this position. I've been with the Chamber for the past 8 years and a lot of knowledge from my predecessor, Alex Mans. Thank you so much, Alex. I'm very excited for this year and the many years to come. I'm equipped with the skills and have many new ideas to help our community while maintaining our Chamber's legacy. If you ever have any questions or concerns, you can stop by and see me at the Chamber. I'm always open to ideas and anytime. Now, I would like to introduce the 2019-2020 Chamber Board members. Those here tonight, please stand and wave as I mention your name. I am very thankful for each and every one of you. Natasha Foster, she is not here tonight, but she is our president. Connor Martin, our vice president. Melissa Fisher is our secretary. And Brenda Hood is our past president. Sally Eggleston. Kelsey Martin, and she's not here tonight. And Darian, I'm going to butcher your last name. Chet Cheelite. Brandon Sherman, and he is not here tonight either. I have a few words of appreciation that I personally would like to give. First off, I want to thank Trisha Cody. Thank you for all your help and support for the last 8 years as the Chamber's accountant. I'm so thankful to have you. Cody McMurphy, thank you for always helping us with the silent auction at the end of the night. Megan Brown, she is the new Chamber's intern. She started last week and she has helped me so much in this past week. I really appreciate her. I also want to thank you, the Chamber members, and the Alva community, and all those who help with the events to make our community so thriving. I have 2 final thank yous before I turn the microphone over. I want to give a thanks to Brian Miller. At the last minute, Kelly Parker could not be here because of the flu, and I was like, Brian has said if I ever need anything. So here we are. So I'm very excited. And of course, Norval, thank you for everything. You're always there for me too, so I appreciate it. I would like to now invite Brenda Hood up on stage to introduce the speaker.
Lynn Calvert is the General Manager of Preferred Complex Designs in Mount Pleasant, Texas. He led the design team in the planning and design of the Event Center plan for Alva. I believe if you've looked at some of those we have placed around here, some of the pictures. He's a graduate of the University of Texas with a degree in architectural engineering and is a licensed structural engineer in several states. Bringing a common sense approach to the design process and placing a strong emphasis on value, Lynn and his staff in Preferred Complex Designs combine construction and engineering expertise with their extensive understanding of livestock handling to assist clients in the development of multi-purpose facilities. The focus is to create venues which are efficient, economical, multifunctional, user-friendly, and animal-safe. Lynn and his wife, Monica, have 2 daughters, both recent Texas Tech graduates. Their spare time is spent working on their farm, fishing, and hunting. Please welcome Lynn Calvert.
My name is Lynn Calvert. I am from Texas, so let's get that out of the way. I would like to start off with a hypothetical question. How many people in here have grandkids? So if someone were to ask you to talk about your grandkids, do you think you could do that? Do you think you could do it in 10 minutes? I've been given 10 minutes to talk. If I was to ask you to talk about your grandkids for 10 minutes, we would have to talk about how many boys you have, how many girls you have, where their parents live, what they do. Of course, your grandkids are all the best at everything that they do. And after about an hour, we would all walk away and we would have got what we wanted in 10 minutes. So I'm going to stick to 10 minutes. I was told one time by someone that talks all the time to always quit talking before the people get tired of listening. So that's my goal for tonight. So a week ago, I was watching the Kansas City Chiefs win the Super Bowl, and I get a text from Brenda asking me if I can come to Alva on the 10th to talk at the chamber meeting. I said, February the 10th? And got back the answer, yes. So I called Mike the next day and I said, what do you want me to talk about? He said, well, we want you to talk about, well, one, you're working with the best board you've ever been around with, Mike. And then also talk about the arena. So I'm here to talk a little bit about the arena. And in doing so, I'm going to kind of do it a little backwards. If you can kind of follow me around as I talk, I want to skip around in time. So I will tell you where we are now. As you can see, this is the arena that we've worked on. The building does consist of several rooms, or several different buildings. This right here is the main entrance. As you go through the building, you will come to the exhibit hall. The exhibit hall is 34,000 square feet. It's got dividing rooms, so you can have different areas for your exhibits. It's also got offices for the administration. It's got a full kitchen. It's got restrooms for the events going on in that particular part of the building at any given time. It's also got a livestock venue that is an exposition. You can do all kinds of things in it. It's got a concrete floor. It's conditioned. Got lots of power. Can be used for an emergency situation, for like a mobilization area. It's also got a multi-purpose arena. The multi-purpose arena is 84,000 square feet. It's got 15,000 seats. It's got restrooms. It's got concessions. Lots of ventilation, good sound system. This right here that you're looking at is actually a hallway next to the exhibition space. So you can go through the exhibition space without ever interfering with the activities going on. This right here is another hallway behind the arena. So you can go from the arena through the hallway to the exhibition space. It's also got a livestock building for stalls. Got over 200 stalls, 40-something thousand square feet. It's got RVs. It's got a solar field so that you can have reduced cost in the operations. As you talked about your grandkids, we could go on and on and on. If you wanted me to talk in detail about this project, I could. Your eyes would glaze over. We have mounds and mounds and mounds of paper and emails and phone calls and everything to really get this project right. But that's really not what this project is about. We started this project 5 years ago. That's 35 dog years that we started this project. We came to Alva 5 years ago, April of 2015. We interviewed for the project, came here. I knew where Alva was. I used to work in Woodward while I was going to school. Came to Alva, and I was ready for a really good presentation. We put my thumb drive into the computer and got the blue screen of death. Nothing worked in this interview process. I remember Jim Holder sitting over there in a chair. He was sitting real straight. He had his cane in front of him. He was sitting just like this the whole time, watching what was going on. So I proceeded to go through different blue screens of death and explaining what they would see if the computer was working. I blame that on Todd's computer, not on my presentation. For some reason, they saw fit to give us a call and come help them with this. That was 5 years ago. Since then, we have designed a building, went through it real quick, just so you can see some pictures of it. As I said, literally thousands of emails, hours and hours of work, monthly meetings by the Alva Marine Authority, on and on and on, lots and lots of work. Currently, they're in the process of finalizing financing for the project. And that's been a chore. I know Sonia Williams has been working on that for hours, trying to get that pulled together. So she is a rock star in this whole thing. That all started 5 years ago. But this project started years and years and years before that. This project started by what we might think of people that were part of the Great Generation. You know, people that were part of World War I. They survived World War II. They survived a Great Depression. They survived a Dust Bowl. You know, a lot of those people that started this project were farmers of all things. And you know, farmers are the most resilient people that there are on the face of the planet. And they had the foresight back then to realize that Alva needed something big in the future. The way I see it, I think of this as almost like a culture of selflessness is what they started years and years and years ago. And kind of the way we are, where we are right now, I see that that culture of selflessness carries on throughout this community. I've met lots of people here, people in the community. I got to come to the turkey hunt last year, met a lot of you there. I've worked with a lot of people. I've worked with Brian Miller. I didn't know he was as hamstrung as he is until tonight, but enjoyed working with everyone here. And I get that heartland feel of salt of the earth values everywhere I go in Alva. I think about the people that started this project and what they had to go through in order to start that culture of selflessness so that they could find a way to put money aside for the greater good of this part of the country. And I think about what they might have gone through, whether it's, what am I going to do about my crop because of this dust, this dirt, this drought situation, the Dust Bowl. You go from one war to the next. You go to trying to eke out a living in northwestern Oklahoma. You guys know how hard that is. And you start thinking about the things that they did. And if you look back in time, I mean, all of our lives are so random with our decisions that we have to make from one day to the next. You know, where we're going to go to school, what we're going to do for a job, who we're going to marry, what we're going to do for our second job whenever we get fired or laid off or whatever it is. But if you look back in time at where you started and where the starters, the people that started this project started, if you look back in time, it's almost like it's a straight path from one thing to the other, but you could draw a straight line from the beginning to where we are today. Reminds me of Proverbs 3:5-6. It says, trust the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge Him and He will make your path straight. And I see that's what the people that started this project did, and we're just right in the middle of this. Whenever we break ground, whenever this thing gets built, we're right in the middle of the project. This thing started 80 years ago, and hopefully it'll end 80 years in the future. But I think it's important for Alva to have something like that it can hang on to. This project isn't about a building. It's about maintaining a heritage. It's about economic impact. It's about attracting people to Alva, but almost more important than anything, it's about keeping people in Alva. So my prayer for this group and for Alva is to always acknowledge him, and I just pray that the path remains straight for Alva. Thank you very much.
Great to see you all out there tonight. And tonight I have the great honor and pleasure of introducing Brian Miller, Assistant Fire Chief here in town, to TRMC.
So, I'll try not to let Jody down. She called me and she asked me to do this, and I, of course, said yes right away. Then about 2 hours later, I said, what am I thinking? I've never done this. So, hopefully, I'll be a little entertaining tonight. Thank you, Glenn. I can't follow Glenn Calvert enough for this little hamstring quote. Can't follow that up on it. So, but we'll have a good time tonight. We'll start getting to go with our nominations. There's so many great people that have been nominated tonight. I have a whole list up here, and I've been told 100% do not veer off course. Well, if anybody in this room knows me, it's probably going to happen. So, I apologize now for my actions. I'll try to keep it as great and as fun as possible. I won't roast anybody. We do have a lot of good nominees tonight, a lot of good people in Alva, and I am very thankful that I was asked to come out here and speak to you guys tonight during this gala. It's quite an honor. Hopefully I can be a little bit better than Kelly Parker. So, do a little clap on that one, okay? Maybe I can get you a pull. I don't know. Too soon? Sorry.
I think that should be in the paper. Brian Miller promises a pull.
Yeah. I'll get with Megan Caldwell where you at. There you go. There's our pull lady. We'll get her done. All right. So, let's get this thing started tonight. We're going to start with our first 3 nominees for Educator of the Year. Okay? Our first nominee is Tanya Phillips. What a great teacher. Had an opportunity to be around her a lot. She is the ELL coordinator for the Alva Public Schools. There's no way she can begin to tell anyone how amazing, rewarding, self-motivating the role of an educator can be. She is still experiencing those rewards today, and what a great lady she is. So, that's our first nominee tonight. Our second nominee is Ron Rader, another good advocate. He's been an automotive service technology instructor at Northwest Technology Center for over 20 years. And continues to enjoy the challenges, successes of working with the youth of today while helping them prepare for their future endeavors. And our third finalist is Tara Thomas. What another great educator here at Northwest Technology Center in Alva. She's currently the Practical Nursing Program Director at Northwestern Technology Center, and she enjoys teaching anatomy. And if you've ever been around her, she has these little jingles that she talks about that makes you learn so well. It's amazing. Across the lifespan of 1 and 2, clinical nursing 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and student success 1 and 2, and 3. So that is our 3 nominations for Educator of the Year. And now, the winner of Educator of the Year is Ron Rader. Now, Ron Rader was born and raised in Northwest Oklahoma. He attended Shattuck Public Schools through the 10th grade and then finished his high school education in Freedom, Oklahoma, where he was involved in many school and community activities. Ron graduated from Northwestern Oklahoma State University with a bachelor's degree in 1989 and then enrolled in the Automotive Services program at Northwest Technology Center, where he completed his training that led him into the automotive industry, as well as inspiring him to one day consider teaching others the trade. He and his wife Teresa moved to Weslaco, Texas. I know there's a pronunciation, I Googled it, just so I'd be ready, and I screwed that up. But in 1991, where he worked in a Chrysler dealership and attained a level of Chrysler Certified Master Technician, as well as an ASE Certified Master Technician. Ron and his family moved back to Alva in 1999 to begin his career in the field of education and to raise their children, Brandy and Cody, in peaceful Northwest Oklahoma. He has been an automotive service technician instructor at Northwest Technology Center for 20 years and continues to enjoy the challenges and success of working with the youth of today while helping prepare them for the future endeavors. So let's give him a round of applause for Man, there's a lot of good people in here. I was reading this today and sitting here trying to make sure that within 4 hours I could read everything and remember everything and try not to look down and pronounce everything correctly. Man, there's just so many good applicants this year. And that just makes you feel good being from Alva, Oklahoma, right? So our next three nominees are the Arts and Music and Theater Award. And our first nominee is Nick Brock. So Nick is a native to Alva, and he spent his whole life around the arts, and he prides himself on directing hard-hitting theater. Our second nominee of the night is Adam Stewart. Adam Stewart has a long history of success in the field of music. He is continually named the director of the Alva Band of Gold. And our third and finalist is Kimberly Weiss. Kimberly came to Northwest Oklahoma State University in the fall of 2002 and currently serves as a professor of theater. She also serves as the chair of the Fine Arts Department and the executive director of Northwestern Oklahoma Concert Series. Those are your three finalists for the So, without further ado, and the winner of the Arts and Music Theater Award recipient is Nick Brock.
Nick has the flu tonight.
I think him and Kelly were hanging out. So, Karen's going to come up here and accept the award for Nick.
We'd rather see her anyway.
Now, there's long bios throughout this whole deal, and so I'll try to make them as strong and short as possible as I can. But Nick is a native of Alva and has spent his whole life around the arts, growing up around his mother's speech and debate team and traveling with the team for contests and one-act trips. He also was very active in band, being the first ever three-generation Northwestern Oklahoma State band member. Nick graduated from Northwestern Oklahoma State University in 2005 and has been a speech and debate one-act director at Alva High School ever since. During that time, he has been awarded the OSTCA Outstanding Young High School Teachers Award in 2010, as well as the District Speech and Debate Coach of the Year Award in 2017. He has coached an impressive 43 individual All-Staters, state champions, in the last 14 years. He has also been the Northwest Regional Tournament Director for the last 12 years, and he's also coached the Regional Speech and Debate Sweepstakes Champion an impressive 14 years in a row. In his 14 years of teaching the arts, he has placed at the State 1 Act competition 12 times and at the State Speech and Debate competition 4 times. His teams won state championship in the Act 1 in 2012 and state speech in 2013. He prides himself on directing hard-hitting theater. He likes to push, stretch his actors with themes that are out of their comfort zone. He prides himself on only directing one show in the last 4 years where an actor has died. On stage, not for real. In his spare time, he enjoys playing the bass guitar and making music with his lovely wife, Kara Brown, and playing with their 2 children, Droplin and Memphis, as well as creating his repurposed and re-imaged lights and future for his business brought back to life. Congratulations. So our 3 nominees for Public Safety Professional are these 3 guys I have the pleasure of knowing really well. First nominee for Public Safety Professional is Rudy Briggs Jr. If you can come up here, Rudy, then I'm sure you guys If you can come up here, Rudy, so everybody can see you. So, as you all know, Rudy is a long-serving law enforcement officer within Woods County since 1991. He is your sheriff of Woods County. And he is up for re-election, and he hopes that he gets your vote and is re-elected again. So, if you guys would give a round of applause to your current sheriff, Rudy Briggs. So our second nominee of the night is Keith Dell. Keith, you have to walk up here too. You're not going to hang in the back. So Keith's been in law enforcement for 2001. He is currently the undersheriff of the Woods County Sheriff's Office. He hopes to continue his career in law enforcement and serving the citizens of Woods County. And he does say that he does not like electricity. So, doesn't like big text on it. So Keith, why don't you go ahead and come on up here. You're not close enough yet. Rudy's even closer. We can stay here all night. Okay. That's what me being the MC is. So I get to do this. So our third and final finalist is Adam Honeyman. Why don't you go ahead and stand there and watch this. Come on, everybody stand. Adam strives to always maintain a positive professional appearance and attitude in all positions he holds, both in law enforcement and in educating. So, your 3 finalists for Public Safety Professional are right here. Keith, you can't walk off yet. And the winner of the Public Safety Professional is Adam Honeyman. So Adam Honeyman, a Woods County Deputy and Sheriff, is a 2001 graduate of Medford Public Schools. Adam graduated with his bachelor's degree in criminal justice and a minor in psychology in 2018 from Northwestern Oklahoma State University. Adam will be graduating with his master's degree from Northwestern this May. Adam began his career with the Woods County Sheriff's Office in 2007 and is still actively works today. In 2014, he also went to work for the Oklahoma Department of Tourism and Recreation Department as a state park ranger, assigned to Little Sahara State Park. He works as a state park ranger and is able to travel to other parks throughout the state of Oklahoma, patrolling areas
such as Salt Plains State Park, Alabaster Caverns, Bowling Springs, Foss Lake State Park. Adam also works for the Northwest Technology Center with the Firearms Training Simulator and other law enforcement related education courses. Adam has trained over 150 officers all over Oklahoma with the Firearms Training Simulator. So if you haven't been out there and seen that, that is pretty amazing to go see. Adam specifically expressed sincere gratitude to the Woods County Sheriff Rudy Briggs. Adam said without the support of Sheriff Briggs, there is absolutely no possible way he would be where he is today in his successful career. So congratulations, Adam. So our next nominees tonight are for the Healthcare Professional Award. So once again, 3 more people that I've had the pleasure of working with, or had the opportunity to see work. An amazing 3 healthcare professionals. So our first nominee tonight is Dana Jordan. She can see God's hand, or has had his hand in bringing her to Alva to meet Adam and join the team of Beatles at Beatles Nursing Home. So our first nominee, Dana Jordan. Our second one, I've had a pleasure to work with her and her husband both, Brooke Meyer. Now, the little bit that's on this paper has nowhere shaped or formed what she does for this community. It says she is with Northwest Technology Center since 2013 and is currently a healthcare instructor, but guys, she does way more than that. She works on Alva EMS, Alfalfa EMS. She teaches EMT classes and healthcare classes out of Northwest Technology Center. So, Brooke Meyer. And Dana and Brooke, if you would stand up, I keep forgetting. Sorry. Dana, you're going to have to walk up here because that red-haired scooter is going to have to drive you all the way up here.
Dana's going to have to stand on a chair.
Or stand on a chair. I mean, now, get on that scooter. Come on. There you go. There she is. Everybody see her? Yeah! All right. All right, and the third finalist, and I've had the opportunity to work with her too, Ruthie Spurgeon. There's Ruthie. I was like, where's she at? She's standing up in her pretty red dress. So, Ruthie, she works at Sheriff Medical Center since 1984. She now works as a night shift charge nurse in the emergency room, and she is a very well-trained nurse. So, Ruthie Spurgeon. So our healthcare professional winner is Ruthie Spurgeon. So if you ever go to the ER, you're going to make sure that Ruthie's in the ER taking good care of you. So she's worked for Sheriff Medical Center since 1984. She started work there as a nurse, aide, and a unit clerk. At that time, she went to Autry Technology Center to be certified as a surgical technologist. 10 years later, she graduated from Northwestern Oklahoma State University, receiving her degree as a registered nurse. Upon graduating, she went back to Sheriff Medical Center, and until this day works as the night charge nurse and works in the emergency room. So congratulations, Ruthie. We'll continue on. This next one is going to be pretty lengthy. Three great entrepreneurs, I'm just telling you right now. To read these and to know them is amazing. So, our nominees for Youth Entrepreneur are Kayla Leeper. Thank you, Kayla, for standing up. If you don't know, Kayla created Kayla's Kindness Project in 2018 with the goal of helping others to feel better, to smile and receive kindness. She has partnered with multiple different hospitals to spread joy to your young patients. And our second nominee is Garrett Radford.
Garrett also has the flu.
Man, that flu is bad. So
It is, I just had 14 days of it, it bites.
make sure you stay away from it. But if you don't know, Garrett Radford created the Salt Fork design at the age of 15. Garrett started creating original designs in leather when he was 13 years old. Today, he is the main jewelry designer while still attending high school. These are second nominees. And our third and final nominee is Kristen Zahorski. So Kristen created her own photography business as a teen. She says she doesn't just take your pictures, she captures your emotion. Her business motto is, we capture the moment so you can live it. It's amazing to see what these kids can do. It's just amazing. So, and the winner tonight for our youth entrepreneur is Caleb Leeper. So I'm going to try to read through this as fast as I can. So Kayla, at the age of 9, made a request to her parents to help others feel better, to smile and receive kindness. And if any of you guys have followed her on Facebook, you know exactly how big her heart is. So with that being said, Kayla started out by organizing a process where she would help with close family and friends, that she would purchase items to put in a care bag, provide them to patients at the Stevenson Cancer Center, the Jimmy Everest Children's Hospital in Oklahoma City. Through Kayla's research and questions to patients and friends and family, Kayla knew what products were needed in the care bags for those adults and children who were in the hospital. 150 bags were filled with hygiene products such as toothbrush, toothpaste, lotion, nail polish, as well as eye masks, earplugs, and back scratchers, stress balls, journals, silly putty, fun socks, motivational bracelets, and handwritten notes from Kayla with inspiring words, "You got this," or "Keep smiling." Congratulations.
We also want to thank the folks from Alva's Market for the food tonight. It was wonderful. And the bar is still open with the signature Gala drink, the cranberry vodka.
I'll take it. Just kidding.
So, while people are looking real quick, let's talk about what we're going to auction off in a little bit. I have Mr. Baker over here, and after several cranberry vodkas, he has decided to donate a ride in this jet. I'm just giving him a head. But anyway, I'm going to let him talk a little about this jet.
Thank you, Lori. Yeah, most people know I do not drink, so I don't know. So this jet is it's an Italian jet. It's a trainer light attack fighter, and it's got an American engine, Pratt & Whitney. Top speed is 460. 6G airplane, air conditioned, heated, autopilot. There's a stick in the front and the back. So if you're the high bidder, if you want to fly it, we will give you some stick time. So, little story. A couple years ago, I was down at Northwest Electric, and Ann Klein said, "Mom, I'd like to ride in your P-51. Yeah, right. She said, "No, I'm serious." She said, "I want to ride in your P-51. So tonight, we're going to one-up it and do the jet. But Ann, where are you at? You want to talk about your experience?
Okay, it is a once-in-a-lifetime. Bob is an excellent pilot. Be sure to take your motion sickness. No, they hurt.
So Daryl, is Ann going to get a ride in a jet for Valentine's Day? We'll see.
So our three nominees for the Business of the Year are Beatles Nursing Home. Beatles, a family business since the dream first surfaced in 1917. Beatles Nursing Home provides a family atmosphere that promotes loyalty and invites employees and residents alike to become a part of the Beatles family and members of a place for special treasures. Our second nominee tonight, Holder Drug. Since 1952, Holder Drug has been a full-service pharmacy, gift shop, and soda fountain in downtown Alva. Family-owned and operated, Holder Drug is proud to be in the business for your health. And our third finalist is Top Knot. Terry King, the owner of Top Knot Studios, says she feels so blessed to be able to do what she loves every day and hopes to keep her salon a place people enjoy coming to. Top Knot loves seeing growth and development in our hometown community, especially downtown. There are your three top nominees. So, if I can get Carrie from Top Knot to stand up, please. Adam Jordan, Todd Holder. You can all stand up, kind of let everybody know where you're at. Pretty great business. So, our winner is Holder Drug. Salad, come on up too. I'm getting directed up here, so I apologize. Kind of like having my wife beside me. So Jim Holder accepted a job with J.W. Montford as a pharmacist for Montford Drug and Bookstore in 1950s. In 1952, Mary and Jim purchased Hester Drug on the south side of the square. Eleanor Doc Southern and his wife Elizabeth joined them after the Montford fire and Holder Southern Drug was formed. When Doc retired, Mary and Jim purchased Holder Drug.
Jim and Mary were energetic boosters of the Alva community through their active participation in church, civic organizations, Northwestern, and economic development projects. Most of all, they loved being accepted in this wonderful community. Today, Holder Drug is owned by Susie Simpson, Kansas City, Sally Eggleston, Winoka, and Todd Holder. We do our best to fill their shoes. Ultimately, that's impossible, but we certainly do love trying. We thank this community for their loyalty, love throughout the years. Congratulations.
See these people down here, Adam, Jordan, that's who it is.
So our next nominees are Citizen of the Year. Our first nominee is Tim Argo. So Tim Argo, after 4 years as principal, was named Assistant Superintendent for the Alva Public Schools. In July 2018, Tim was named Superintendent for the Alva Public Schools and still holds that title today. Our second nominee is Megan Caldwell. She's a proud resident of Alva, Oklahoma, and always regarded it as her home. Megan loves being actively involved in the community and is the co-owner of Northwest Insurers, a local insurance agency. And our third nominee is Adam Jordan. Adam Jordan's a pharmacist, a nursing home administrator, and a businessman. He is actively involved in multiple local service organizations, and he always has the health and well-being of the Alva community in mind. Here's our three. And the winner of the Citizen of the Year award goes to Adam Jordan. Adam Jordan's a pharmacist, a nursing home administrator, and a businessman. He graduated from the Alva High School and Northwestern Oklahoma State University with a degree in chemistry. He attended Southwestern Oklahoma State University and received his degree in pharmacy. He has been practicing pharmacy since 1987 when he began working with Vern and Gloria Metcalf at Shoemaker Drug. In 1991, he began working with Jim, Mary, Todd, and Sally at Holder Drug. Adam has shared his pharmacy knowledge as an adjunct teacher at Northwestern, teaching pharmacology to nursing students. He has also worked at several area nursing homes doing medication and chart reviews. In 2010, when his family business needed him, he went back to school and earned his long-term care administrator license and took over after his mom's job as administrator at Beatles Nursing Home. He splits his time between Beatles and Holders. Adam has been members of several local and state boards, organizations. He's active in the local Rotary Club. He's currently serving on boards
of Care Providers of Oklahoma, Long-Term Care Advisory Board at Oklahoma State Department of Health, and the Alva Church of the Nazarene as board treasurer. Adam and his wife Dana have just celebrated their 13th wedding anniversary. Congratulations. All right, has everybody got their money and made a bid yet? Got to make those bids. Help this chamber out. So, Lifetime Achievement Award.
I think that was like the 30-some anniversary, not the 13th. You're trying to really cause some stuff on the front page of the career.
Well, you know, like I said in the beginning, I only had 4 hours to kind of pre-plan this. If that's my only mistake tonight, I'm doing pretty good.
Oh, it's okay.
I got to check here on this to make sure I didn't read that wrong. Yep, it says 13th. So. I'm just reading what I was told not to navigate on. So, it's really not my fault, it's Harvard's. So, Lifetime Achievement Award. First nominee, Stan Klein. Oh, there he is. Stan, could you stand up for me and be a good steward? Thank you, sir. Our second nominee is Warren Little. There he is. And our third nominee is Marion Martin. So, since I screwed up the last time, and I didn't read about nobody this time, let me tell you a little bit about Stan Klein. I wanted him to stand a little longer. He's a lifelong native of Alva. He's dedicated a lot of time to the betterment of the community. He served as mayor for 15 years. During that time, he established Bill Johnson's Correctional Center, amongst many other positive community programs, and he was recently named as All-State School Board. Oh, thank you, Stan. I'm sorry that I missed that. So Warren Little is a longtime native of Alva also, who is known for his very talented artist. He always leaves a smile on your face when he's around. Now, if you've been lucky enough, you've probably been around him when he's either drawn a picture of you on a napkin and left it for you. So that's one good thing that I see in the community that Warren does, and at the golf course, there's a whole wall of them out there. So, Warren Little. So, Marion Martin, where are you at? Oh, there you are. Better go back to that eye doctor, Caleb. So, Marion works full-time publishing the weekly newsgram, which we appreciate. Weekly Freedom Call, and twice a week the Alva Review Courier. Marion does much of the local news coverage with photography and video and bookkeeping and advertising, scheduling, and also helps run the printing press. So, Marion Martin. And the winner of the Lifetime Achievement Award is Marion Martin.
Marion has quite the lengthy bio here, so I'm going to kind of make it through it. So she was born in Denlow, Missouri in 1944. Moved her family to Licking, Missouri. Moved with her family to Licking, Missouri as an infant. She attended 1st through 12th grades and then graduating from Licking High School in 1962. After attending a semester at the University of Missouri, she married Lynn Martin. On February 1st, 1963. Did I get that right? Okay, I got one day. So is this Rolla, Missouri? Rolla. Boy, you wouldn't believe how many times I had to Google search through this to make sure I said this right, because there's a whole bunch of things in here I didn't know about. Thank God for Google. So they made their home in Rolla, where she worked for May Printing Company, using her experience from her parents' weekly newspaper and printing business. Later, she worked in her father-in-law's radio station, KTTR-AM, first as an ad copywriter and later as a bookkeeper. She also did some news writing and voicing of commercials. During this time, she passed tests to obtain her first-class radio telephone license, designating her as a broadcast engineer. So while in Rolla, Marion attended classes at Missouri School of Mines, an engineering school that is now known as Missouri University of Science and Technology, with a major in electrical engineering. Lynn was her new director at KTTR and also did photography part-time. Marion became his assistant, covering many weddings in the area and handling some small weddings on her own. While in Rolla, Lynn became a private pilot, bought his first airplane, a two-seater Piper. Marion, too, began flying lessons in the plane, soloed and completed and required time piloting the plane alone. However, Lynn traded the plane for a larger one, and Marion didn't have the time to complete the licensing requirements. In January 1st, 1969, Lynn and Marion bought KLV-AM here in Alva. Marion worked there handling on-air shifts, news writing, bookkeeping, engineering as needed. The newsgram was started in 1971 as a half-sheet headlines only promoting for KLV that was distributed to restaurants and other gathering places. Either Lynn or Marion sorted information, typed and printed all the small printing press before signing on the radio station each weekday. Lynn continued his photography business in Alva, and Marion continued to assist him at times. Since arriving in Alva, Lynn and Marion have been members of the College Hill Church of Christ. On December 4th, 1975, Martins welcomed the birth of their daughter, Marissa, who was born at Sharon Medical Center. When work and family allowed, Marion attended classes at Northwestern Oklahoma State University in Alva, finally settling on a major in computer science in the days when punch cards were used for programming. Wow. We'll have to talk about that today. When the university no longer offered the major, she attended a year at the University of Oklahoma, driving back to Alva on weekends with Marissa, who was age 5. She returned to Alva and KLV when the station manager quit unexpectedly. When KLV was sold in the late 1980s, Lynn and Marion continued with the newsgram, which had grown into a magazine-sized publication, with full news stories and advertising and a distribution to nearby towns. In April of 1980, Lynn and Marion purchased Alva Review-Courier and continued publishing the newsgram. In October 2015, they purchased the Freedom Call. Now, when Lynn was diagnosed with cancer in June of 2018 and passed away in March 12th of 2019, during his illness, Marion continued to publish the newspaper, taking over more and more of Lynn's duties while he was ill. He used the weekly column in the newsgram to describe his experiences during his illness, and Marion continued the column when he could no longer write. At the age of 75, Marion works full-time publishing the weekly Newsgram, weekly Freedom Call, and twice a week Alva Review Courier. The business employs 28 to 31 individuals, most of them part-time. In addition to management, Marion's much of the local news coverage with photography and video, bookkeeping and advertising, scheduling, and also helps run the printing press. She has one daughter, Marissa, who lives in Ponca City with her husband, Daryl. She also has 7 grandchildren, Kate, Jolie, Luther, Caitlin, Jessica, Whitney, and Addie, and 2 great-grandchildren, Bree and Isaiah. Your 2020 Lifetime Achievement Award, Marion. Now I would like to invite Sally Eggleston to the stage for the closing.
I'm really not that old, but if I broke my hip again, the whole story would kill me. Okay. The first thing we want to do is we would like Miss Jody to come to the front. Hurry up, Jody. You guys are proud of Jody, but you never taught Jody. I am proud of Jody. This is my baby. This is Miss Pinky. I love her dearly. We are so lucky to have this little lady as our chamber director. And I cannot tell you how proud we are of you. We love you. We thank you. 100 years later, you're still going to be our director. Okay, we want to thank, first I'm going to congratulate everybody. Do you think Alva's a good place to live or what? This is the real deal, guys. This is the honeypot of Oklahoma. This is the real deal. So we have, are we supposed to do this first or that first? Okay, so Melissa's going to toss the fields. It's just like being at the casino, guys. Get your ticket stubs out. Don't shoot your own. Seriously. Okay, it's number 39.
Sally, turn it up. We can't hear you, girl.
Good grief. You can't hear me?
No.
39. Oh, now turn it up. I have no idea what she wants. Oh, yes, the chamber bugs. Yes, the chamber bugs.
Okay, if you have purchased an auction item this evening, I will read the names.
All right, we can't hear you, girl.
Because you know how well I like this, right? If you purchased an auction item this evening, I'll read the names of the winners. And if you guys will go to the back table and settle up with Cody and Darren. So does somebody have the lucky winners? Normal, do you have the lucky winners?
They're all over there on the table.
Oh, So am I supposed to go over there and read them?
Well, what we're gonna do, actually, we're gonna wait 5 minutes and close those and pick them off the table. You can look and see if you got the high bid, but we'll pick them off the table then. And in the meantime, we're gonna sell the airplane ride.
Oh, we gotta sell the airplane.
We gotta sell the airplane
Right
ride.
now? Right now?
Right now.
Okay, go.
Okay, Brian, you need to get your microphone, man, so we can sell this airplane. Or I guess it's a ride, we don't get to sell the plane. All right, we need all the winners over here for a group photo. Right over here, by the balloons.
I don't know, maybe Brooke needs to buy that for Chris.
Bring your trophies with you. We're having a group photo of the winners over here on the west wall. We have a $500 bid already on this. We have $500 to open. Daryl, we have $500 to open. Are you in? Yes, you're in? You're in for 6? No, we already have 5. 550, we have 550.
550, where are we at? So Brooke Meyer, do you want to be in?
We're bidding on a ride in the jet, and also you get some stick time if you want to be in control.
Where did it? Let's see.
Been enjoying those calls.
600, we have 600 back here.
We may have a bid right here.
700 back here.
Kenny, Black, do you want to go? You want to go get some? Can we get 600?
Well, we already got 6, we're at 7 already. You gotta catch up.
I do hear it. Stuck at 6? Come on.
Now, come on.
What about you? Northwestern pays good, right? Not that good? Hey, your boss's over there.
700, we have 700.
All right, Art and Shaky, let's get your pocketbook out. Where's Jim? Well, let's do 750.
All right, we have 750 right here, 750.
What about 750?
We got 750.
How about 800? Mayor wages, past mayor wages, 700, say 800. I love it. Okay.
Hey, we still need the award winners over here with the trophies for your photo.
How about Ray Cunningham buying it for his wife for Valentine's Day?
That would be cool, CJ.
Now, look, you know how much fun she would have for $850 in the air with Bob Baker? Or should I say Bob Barker, Connor? All right, come on, don't be afraid. Come on, Jay, you want to bid on this?
I have 750. Do you have 800 over there?
Yeah, Northwest Insurance right here.
Oh, 800.
800? Yes, no, come on, I'll test you. If it's, don't eat the yellow snow now.
Okay, so you don't have 800.
I don't have 800, but she's thinking about it, 800. It's just a few more calls. You can do it. Come on. You ready?
Sally, they're waiting on you over here.
How about Scott Brown?
Todd's there.
He's got his wallet out, I see it. How many hundreds? Can I look in his wallet and tell me how much it is? Is there $850 in it? Doubtful? How about a check? We'll take a check. No? All right. I'm moving, I'm trying to get $1,000. Hey, how about Harvey Schuster right here? It's
That's a bid at 750, guys.
758, 800 and all 540. It'll be fine. Okay, well, Harvey passed on that, he's no fun. How about Dr. Tucker?
This is a once
800?
time
Hey,
experience.
I got 800 with Dr. Tucker.
800 with Dr. Tucker, all right?
Okay.
Dr. Tucker.
It's
And I think you can outbid him by $8.25. Now, if there was a bottle of scotch here, we might call you a liar. So $8.25, because it's helping a good cause, and you can give it to him for his birthday. All right, well, he passed. Dr. Tucker still has it.
All right, guys, we have 8:25. 8:25 there. Yeah, come on,
Do
man.
you want to do it for Chad? We can do it for Chad. Hey, Chad, you would like to fly in that plane, wouldn't you? You would love to. So, Melissa, 8:25? Todd, we need a one.
We have 8:25, just
Todd, hold it, I will stay back. We need a one.
8:25.
Or 8:25.
Man, yeah, you don't want to lose. I don't let Dr. Tucker win.
Let's see. Where did Dr. Hannaford go? There he is.
We're at 8:25.
8:25, Doc.
8:50 back here,
Come on.
8:50.
You know how much fun you'd have in that plane?
Hey, 8:50.
8:50 now?
8:50. We're gonna close it up.
8:50. Maybe Janet should just buy it for Rick. I'll just keep coming over here.
All right, Brian. 8:50 going once.
All right.
Where's Daryl? Daryl, 8:50.
Small plane.
Going once.
It's got a big engine for a small plane. Well,
8:50 going twice.
not the engine.
Sold for 8:50. Todd Holder.
Todd.
Okay, so okay, I have one thing that I want to say. On your tables, underneath the side and underneath the flowers, are a copy of a poem that was near and dear to my dad.
Oh, I've seen that.
Him and Don Benson recited this everywhere they went, and I think it still applies to our town, and it makes, we're proud to be from Alva. So here it is. It is in your town, it's you. If you want to live in the kind of a town you like, you needn't slip your close in the grip and start on a long, long hike. You'll find elsewhere what's been left behind where there's nothing that's really new. It's a knock at yourself when you knock your town. It isn't your town, it's you. Real towns are not made by men afraid, lest somebody else gets ahead. When everyone works and nobody shirks, you can raise a town from the dead. And if while you make your state, your neighbor can make one too. Your town will be what you want to see. It is in your town, it's you. And like Brian said, we have founders of this town who meant for this town to thrive, and that's what it's doing. I'm very blessed to be a part of this town, a part of this community, and you guys ought to be really proud of yourself. Thank you. Wait, you got to, oh, we have one more prize here. Harvey, don't leave. I promise I will get the box to you if you just stay there. I know, yeah. No nipple coffee, Harvey, I'm so sorry. 131. 131. Oh, you can too, Todd. 131. Okay. Everybody, pick up your silent auction. Congratulations to all the winners. Have a safe trip home. It was a fun evening.